Hello everyone, welcome to another ride with an everyday Zwifter. Today we're doing the Garmin Never Stop Series Stage 3, which is on the RGV route in France. It's quite a lumpy route, so I've gone for my all-rounder bike setup with the Cervelo S5 2020 frame and the Zip 454 wheels. Got the black helmet on in the middle today because I forgot to change to orange. Here we go. Wasn't sure how I was going to tackle this one today, whether I was going to go to the front or just mosey along around the back and get the route badge. Whether I was going to find a group of my own level, or so it just turns out I was just riding along at a comfortable 3.5 to 4 watt per kilo. Picking my way through the peloton as such. Seeing if I can pull up with someone going at a similar speed and I'll join in with them. And you might think that would be just about here. But then you show me a gap and I'll try and cross it. So I keep surfing wheels. I see this little group forming in front of me. I thought, all right, that's the group for me. My avatar's sitting upright, so that means I'm in the draft. So I just keep powering along, just over 4 watt a kilogram. Definite gap behind me as well. So let's keep moving forward. Righto, we've caught up to our group. And of course I see the group in front. Oh, that's the front group. They're not so far away. 2 seconds. So I keep going. Silly me. But I get to a point where I think, oh, I don't think I'm actually closing this gap down. As soon as I stop though, a couple more people come through. I'm just going to watch them and see if they're going to make it or not, and if I can use them to bridge over, especially with the third person going. So okay, let's hit the draft. That'll save some energy. I've had a short rest, let's go. Must admit I did get up to 5.3 watt a kilo there, so did put a bit of an extra effort in, but it's made all the difference with the draft and the people to follow. We're able to bridge to the front group. So Odin's there, and his comments, I don't know why they come in at the top of the list, because he's actually 4 seconds behind in the second or third group. I missed some of the comments at the start because I joined a bit late, so I'm not sure what the organisation was, what was happening, but he did come across as a bit of a road captain organising the troops. Just finding my spot, trying to drop off again, but no, we're going to up the watts and just snuggle in with this group. So the lesson from that is, if I had have started with the front near the line, I could have been straight on with this group, instead of having to do the hard chase on at the start. Anyway, we're here now. I'm going to skip forward 7 kilometres to 9.3. And this is where my legs say I've had enough. So I decide to let them go and just sit up for a rest. It is a ride after all, not a race, so it's a good chance to experiment and try different tactics, different strategies. So the heart rate's quite good, under 150, but the legs weren't particularly happy. So that first group managed to get 25 seconds or so clear of the second group. But if you can't hang on, you quickly lose it all in the next few kilometres. So I'm just sitting up waiting for the next group. Trying to get some recovery in. As I see the next group coming up, just begin to speed up a little bit so I don't get past and left behind. It's a real art to getting on with the group. So as I see them coming up now, I'm upping the watts just so I can match their speed, not have to do a chase on. I can just blend right in. And that's just about perfect. Only one or two going harder in the sprint here, so we're all able to sit in right together. I think this is the nominal, either 2.5 or 3 watt a kilo group, but it really does depend where in the group you are and what the incline on the hill is. So that was mostly the flat part of the course, and now it starts to get a bit lumpy. As we head up towards the aqueduct, that's where the climbing begins, and the all-rounder setup will come into its own. As you can see by me dangling at the back and not leading at the front, yeah, I'm not keen to push the pace. Charlie Brown saying 2.5, come on. He's doing 5 watt a kilo as he says that, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Everyone's pretty well doing more than 2.5. So I'm not sure everyone's on board with this group riding thing, and people are just riding where they feel comfortable. Pretty sure we get another power up with this arch, so I've used the draft just to catch on with the group so I can descend on the other side with the group. And here we go, we've got an aero power up to replace it, so that's fair trade, I reckon. Bit of split in the group though, so we're reduced. Some off the front, some with me and some behind. And so at this point where I didn't feel like going quite as hard as these guys. So I sit up and have another rest and wait for the next group. And that's 7 seconds behind. It doesn't take them long to catch up. And so begins my accidental experiment, I guess you could call it. It definitely wasn't on a good day, but it wasn't on a horrible day either, because everyone wasn't going flat out, being a group ride as such. I must admit I hadn't looked at the group riders nearby list very closely, so when these riders came up and passed me, I was a bit surprised that there was only 3. Surprised and disappointed. Oh, I'm going to have to work a little harder than I thought here. That's okay. Any group's better than no group. So I jump in, start taking turns. Just about a third of the race to go. This is a very comfortable level to ride at. If you look at the power graph in the greens and the yellows, there's no lactate building up in the muscles. It should be comfortable to ride at. And I was just watching the road and taking turns, and all of a sudden this group flies by. Thought, oh, I think I want to jump on with this group. So do a quick sprint, try and catch onto the tails of these guys, which was reasonably successful. Hoping that the other 3 were able to do so as well. But looking at the mini-map, it looks like a couple have not. Yep. Well, this group are going a bit faster. But so far so good. It's only 7.5 kilometres to go. Hopefully I can maintain this to the end. This last third is quite lumpy as well. Little rises here, 4%, and down again, -4%. Use my aero just to get a bit of recovery. Hopefully it'll get replaced with something good. We've got the draft van, so that's fantastic. Then the banter starts about sweeping and waiting, and oh, I can see the group in front. Someone's trying to bridge. Steady on. And that's our friend Odin's and Charlie Brown in front, and they're going to ride as a group, they reckon. So this group must have got dropped at the aqueduct climb or something, because they've got some pretty fast flat riders here, and we're picking up what would possibly be the climbing groups, just sweeping on by. So if you can catch on, it's like riding a train to the finish line. Here's my poor typing attempt at encouragement. Catch on. Or someone written that they were already there. Nearly hit the brakes again. So I think just about everyone from those 2 groups are now together in one group. Well, a couple dropping off the back now. And it's nearly too much. I'm struggling to hang on at the back now. These lumps and bumps don't do me any favours. Hit the draft just to try and keep me going. If it's just lumps and bumps, I'll be fine. Well, that little drawn out climb has just slowed me down. I probably should have hung on, try to get on this downhill. But anyway, it's just a ride. More climbing here, I'll jump on with the two behind if I can. You can see all the lumps and bumps in the power graph. Goes red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow. So it's quite an interesting course. You don't have to be with the front group. It would be interesting if you're in a pure category ride. You might not necessarily have to be with the front group to get a good place. Because if you get dropped off the climb, then you might find yourself, there's enough time to jump in a group with some strong flat riders, the heavier riders who can't climb so well, and really power through to the finish. I'm trying to jump on with these two, but even they're riding at 3.5 watt a kilo, so I'll let them go as well. And from here, the last kilometre is downhill and flat and fast. Nice wide finishing straight, sprint point, and finish. So that was one group ride that was slightly different, as I started off the front and had to catch onto the front group, and that probably burnt some matches. And then I dropped back through the groups, I think back to the 4th group, but then came back up with that group and collected a few more. So definitely a ride that proves that sticking with the groups would definitely increase your speed and help you get a better place. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something about the RGV route and something about riding in groups, saving your matches, getting a good start. Hope to get the next ride out will be the Neokio Stage 4, which was a bit of fun. So I hope you can join me for that one. See you on Zwift sometime. Bye bye.